Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a, um, not really a thrift store haul because part of it is not just thrift store. I went to Montreal last week to visit one of my kids, and I went to some thrift stores and a stationery store, and did a few other things as well. So I want to share what I got while I was there and a little bit of my reasoning behind the things that I picked up. Um, this is part of my stash. That's my stash. It's kind of a little huge. I'm not going to break it down by where I got things. I'm just going to start at the top and work to the bottom. Um, Montreal is pretty well known for little free libraries, and a lot of cities have them. Um, my son is currently taking a French class, and there was a little free library outside the French class. It's not the only place the only little free library that I stopped at, but I found this Cambridge book of graph paper, and I happen to have a real love of graph paper. Little free, and it had this inside of it, which is um, a smaller graph. I don't even know what it looks like because I didn't look at it. I just picked it up. It's okay, it looks like one of the green ones. And this was inside. Part of my qualification, shall we say, is checked on luggage. Like, I was not allowed checked on luggage, and I actually wound up having to check my luggage on the second leg of my way home because I had so much in my bag and my bags were too big. I went out for bagels one day, and they had this free magazine, so I thought I would pick it up because it's all in French. It was free. I thought it was kind of cool because it's not only a memory, but a magazine, and I can use it. One of the stores that I went to had maps, and I did kind of pay up for this one, but it's a vintage map of Montreal, which I think is really cool. Mount Royal, which we went and visited one day. I was kind of disappointed because I was hoping that they would have like a map of Mount Royal with the trails and stuff, but they don't have those anymore. We're very, very few of them. So I was only able to get a couple of those, thankfully. We went to Old Town in Montreal, and it's one of the places where they did have some brochures, so I picked up everything I could find because I can go over the brochures, I can use images from the brochures, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, whether I'm going to do a like journal memories or exactly what I'm going to do, but I just picked up a whole bunch of these brochures, so there's like quite a number of them. Apparently one got a little munched. That first thrift store where I went to, where I got that vintage map of Montreal, I also picked up this vintage map of New York City, which I think is really cool. I couldn't find a date on it, but I think it might date to, I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. It's old, but I don't know how old. And it's really cool because it's got like bus lines, hotels, museums. And this is the kind of thing I look for. I like old maps, and I like ones that have a bit of interest in them like that. I found this one at a little free. No, I found this one. They have this thrift store called Renaissance, and it had a bunch of books. This is the only one that I picked up. And I picked it up because it's got these fun little illustrations in it. Like these. Some of them are full on creepy. See if I can find the full on, like that one to me is full on creepy. We went to this used bookstore and they had all kinds of really cool stuff. It's where I got the maps, and also I found this. I picked it up because I really like the handwriting, and again, it's a bit expensive. Normally I wouldn't spend $3 on a single postcard, but I like the handwriting, and I just wanted to pick up something that was from Montreal, and it was small. But they did have these, and they were really reasonable. Like this is $2.95. This one is $3.95, which is maybe a bit more. But I like the patina in this one. They're Larousse, which they do the Le Petit Larousse, and I just really like them. One on Victor Hugo. This one's got some images in it. It's not that old. It's like 1955, but they're kind of cool. Brought home my flight tickets because why not? Those are my claims for my baggage for the second half. This also came from one of those little free libraries. I picked it up because it's got some writing in it. It's got French on one side, English on another, and it's how Canadians govern themselves, partly in French. Another little book I picked up. This one was really inexpensive. Cool patina. They have all kinds of these little bookstores that have both used books and new books, and they're this is at that same bookstore that I got this one. I also got this. And Liberté, I think that might be from the 70s when Quebec was trying to go for independence. They had a whole bunch of these in that bookstore. More of my little maps. This one, they had, this one was $5, which I think is because it's damaged. And I didn't mind paying for the $5 for it. She had 4 more of them, and the other 4 were all marked at $20. So I thought that that was a good price for it. This is an actual French magazine, not a magazine from Quebec. And it looks like it's like a theater, something theater related. But it actually says made in France. I thought that was kind of a cool thing to find. Tag from a bag I bought. Receipts in case. I don't know. You never know. From the plane, you know, because why not? Could make tags out of it. Who knows? Another magazine. This I got at the same place that I got the maps. It is not French, but it's from 1936. So that's why I got it. And I think it's kind of cool. Never heard of this Cornhill magazine, but 1936. Another thing I found at a thrift store, these really fascinate me. And the whole reason I got it is that, like, I don't think, except for online, in other people's haul videos, I have never seen graph paper like this ever before. So I picked that up, and it was only $1.25. I was pretty happy about that. I'll show you later one of the reasons I was really happy about that. My flight things, you don't need to see those. This was actually the very first thing I picked up. It's huge. Almost didn't get it, but it's a history of Notre Dame. It was $7, which is a bit much. But look at the edges of the pages. Like, they instantly have like, they're cut differently. The cover of it is different. It's got a stamp on the inside of it. It's quite old, dates to the 60s, and it's got writing in it. I was really excited when I saw this. I had seen another one at another bookstore, and I thought, oh, that's only $2, but we were walking a lot the first day I was there, and I was like, well, maybe I'll go back later and look at it. So another day we went back, and I misread the price on it. It was $20, not $2. This I just got at a thrift store. It's music paper on one, regular lined paper on. So there's lined paper and music paper. It's just a Hilroy, nothing special about it, but it was only $1, so I picked it up. I was staying with my son's the So I was staying downstairs from my son with the sister-in-law of my son's husband. So she had this book, and she said, "Would that be of interest to you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." Pretty little um, florals on it, nice thin line paper, and this will make really nice paper in a junk journal. Um, so, and it was small. That tended to be why I picked things up, as I wanted them to fit my bag, and by the time I was done, nothing fit in my bag. I got this at the same place I got the little $5 magazine that's from France, and it's on St. Lambert, and it's got all kinds of pictures and vintage images, and I just really thought that was cool. This would be the St. Lawrence early picture, so that's why I picked that up. I'm running out of room for places to put things. I think I might have got this one at a thrift store, just more graph paper, but I like the lines on it and the fact that it has a little bit extra at the top. Again, something that I haven't seen before. It is, oh, I thought it said mead, but it isn't. Oh, it's Italian. Might be why I haven't seen it before. Another book I found at a thrift store. I was trying to pick up small things that would fit in my bag, and interesting things. And this one looks like it might be like a something church related, Catholic church related. Looks really interesting though. And then a smaller, similar one. This one is definitely something, like, you can tell with the images in it. Cantos. I love some of these images. They're really amazing. And then one of the last days, my son and I went for a walk, and we were going through all these back alleys. And in one of the back alleys was this stack of books. Like, I would have probably taken all of them if I had lived in Montreal, but I didn't. So um, kind of curtailed myself. But it had this graph paper and a bit of writing on it. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was in a different book, which I left behind because it was huge. But this one has all these like mechanical drawings and formulas, and pretty cool. And where we started um, was this paper store. And these are new. They're not thrift finds. And I bought these because I can't find anything like that here. Anything like this. So this is similar to the one that I got at the thrift store with the interesting little graph paper. And I like the size of it, and like the fact that it's got staples in the middle, so I can pull it apart and pull the pages out directly and use it in my journaling. Like it just has staples down the spine, so I can pull it apart, and there's lots of pages in it. Like there's 96 pages, double-sided. I can coffee dye them, leave them not coffee dyed. They're a little slick, but they're pretty amazing. I really, really like those. And then the other one I got, he said this when I was up at the front. There's 100 pages in this. It's recycled, and he said it was a brand new product. And I got it because I've never seen, again, graph paper quite like this. For one thing, it has holes in it. For another, it's got this big red line down the edge, and I've never seen graph paper like this. And I just thought it was really cool. I can use it folded this way for a tall journal, or folded this way, and because it's graph paper, there's no up or down to it. But I just thought it was really, really cool. I did pay a bit for it. It's $13, but I thought it was worth it because there's so much. And I was looking for stuff like this in thrift stores when I looked, but realistically, the only paper product I found was that one little book. Didn't find anything else at all. But those are my books and papers and things that I got in Montreal. And thanks again for everybody that's come by, and all your likes and subscribes and kind comments. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely crafty day. Bye.